Innovation of floating house. Product creation. Materials: straw, cardboard, stick, bottle, glue, bucket. Product presentation. Introduction. The phrase floating is used in foundation engineering when the load on the structure is equal to or less than the soil displaced by the footing, resulting in no additional stress on the soil. A floating building is a fixed construction that can only be viewed in one place and cannot be moved. The floating building is an environmentally favorable structure because it does not affect the seabed or the seabed soar, and all wastes are correctly placed to their destination.
Before we start to build the floating house, we have already thinking of these three questions, which are: to whom is it for, what is the solution, and why do people need it? The answer of these three questions is what makes us believe that our product are really suitable product for us to make in order to fulfill our hope, which are to help Ummah in Malaysia.
Problem and solution.
Question is, to whom is it for? The focus of our product is for the people whose houses are located on the water surfaces and are often involved in flood when the water level rises. So, the second question is, what is the solution? We invented this floating house due to the current issue involving rising water levels in some places in Malaysia. These floating houses are very suitable to build in water areas, for example in the state of Sabah, because people in Sabah like to live on the surface of the water.
Why do people need it?
And the third question is, why do people need it? Floating houses are very suitable to build for houses built near water areas. This floating house will also provide a permanent address for people who do not have a land. And lastly, we believe that this floating house innovation is a very smart idea to be built and designed, and it will be a big help for people to overcome flood problem.
What evidence do you have?
As we all know, every year severe flood always occur where the floodwater is filled with mud. If the house is in a low area, the mud will stick to the wall and be difficult to clean when the water recedes. Destruction of goods will occur when the house is flooded, and it will be difficult for residents of the house to clean and damage furniture. It will cost both financially and strength to turn the house into its original form. So, it is clear that people really need to have adopted this floating house to ease them lower the risk of their houses and furniture be destroyed by the flood. For example, we can learn from a floating house in Kemaman.
What are your next steps?
In my opinion, we should propose the government to encourage residents to build more floating houses in places that are often flooded. The government can encourage the construction of the floating house by allocating materials to build them so as to reduce the burden on the people.
Conclusion. In conclusion, the use of floating house innovation is a new initiative for humans. Due to climate change, and this may be a new solution that it can help the problems faced by human life. This floating house innovation can also be put into practice because it is very helpful for countries with climate change problems. The existence of floating houses can help overcome the problems faced by the public in relation to this flood so that valuables can be stored well without any damage occurring.